Hello crafty friends, this is the Papered Chef here. In today's Ink It Up tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this card here. I'm calling it my reindeer card. I used a couple different stamp sets and several products to make this card, and we're going to make some of these start to finish. I was just waiting on some more designer series paper to be able to do this tutorial. Now this card here is a card that I created for my swaps. So our team has swaps, and I did do a video here on YouTube, and it was about my Happy Mail, and I showed you the swaps that my team came up with. Hey, hi Crystal. And this was the card I made. So I had to make all of the same card. When you do a swap, you make all the same card. And so this particular paper, it's from the Most Wonderful Time product medley. I had to use every piece of reindeer paper I had. But luckily this year's product medley comes with a refill. Or it doesn't come with a refill. I'm able to order the refills separately, unlike some product medleys in the past. So this card here was made with, this is from the product medley, the stickers, this stamp, hope you have a wonderful Christmas, the reindeer paper, and the little star embellishment. And then I used real red cardstock, and I then used this product here to create the reindeer for the inside. Hi Bella. Okay, I used the Festive post stamp set. So I'm going to show you these products right now. That's how I'm going to start. Then we'll get going on making this card. And I'll probably just make a couple of them, because while I'm at it, right? It's easier to just kind of make more than one at the same time. So here's our holiday catalog. This is called the 2020 mini catalog, and it's going to be good until, it says August to December mini catalog. I'm assuming it's good until the next catalog starts, January 4th, because the next catalog starts January 5th. So if you like something, especially this medley, I don't think it's coming back next year, but I can't promise. It was in last year's catalog too, but I don't think it'll be in 3 years in a row. I was very happy it came back again. I used the heck out of it last year, and I've done videos on YouTube about how to cut out some of these stickers with the scan and cut. Some of these stickers here that came with it. So this product medley, let's open this up and just show you. Before I show you my kind of tattered version of it, I like to just show you what the product medley looks like. So a product medley is different than a kit, because it assumes, I guess, I don't want to say assumes, but it kind of like goes with an advanced, it's kind of made for, how about that? It's made for an advanced crafter. In other words, a kit usually comes with a predefined, hi Deb, projects, right? But this medley doesn't come with predefined projects like our product kits do. Although it is like a product kit. It comes with a bunch of supplies, and you can just do whatever you want with it. And as you can see, there's examples here of people who've done sort of scrapbooking with it and cards. And after I'm done making this card here with you, a couple of these, I will show you lots of things I did with this product medley, some other things I've done with it. So you can get, so for $70, you get all these things. You get the designer series paper, 48 sheets, this little tinsel ribbon, which I really miss because it doesn't come in the refill, some cardstock bases. I'm just going to show you what I can here because I just got the refill. So when you get the original, so this is the refill. When you get the original medley, you also get the stamps and the dies. But the refill comes with these stars, extra star embellishments. We'll be using these. Lots and lots of stickers. Lots of cardstock bases. Hi, Allison. Okay, look at these. I used these with my garden gnomes. Not garden gnomes, but my Christmas gnomes for the holidays, because the little stars look magical. So I've been using these card bases for that. They're just gold foiled card bases. See how many you get. So cardstock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get 12 of those. Okay, I could look in the catalog. It tells you how many you get. And then you also get these stickers. And like I said, this is my new pack. I've just broken into them. So this one here, I only used one sticker out of this whole pack. So now you're going to get to see how many stickers come with the product medley. Okay. So this is how many stickers come in the original product medley, and the same amount come in the refill. So lots of little deer. So I did other cards with these deer, and you can put these inside and outside. Now last year on YouTube, and I'll link to it later when I get to the description part of this, here, these deer, I showed how to put these on cardstock and cut them out with an outline. using your scan and cut. So we did stuff with those deer last year. And then these nice little holly berries, and then you got 2 sheets of these candy canes, and we'll be stamping the sentiment onto these. Okay. The coordinating colors. Here's your. I'm going to go through the designer series paper in this product medley because we're going to use this piece right now. So you get 8. Let's see how many you get of each. You get 8. There's 48 sheets. So I've only used 1 because I ran out of reindeer and I got more. Okay. So you can, so when I made my swaps for my group, I had to use a few packs of this because you get 1 card out of each piece. You could sort of stretch it if you just let them peek out the sides, but I was just going for it and using the full amount of paper. Okay, and so the coordinating colors are real red. This is real red, gold foil, whisper white, and old olive. That's it. Those are the colors in this paper. It's foiled. It's beautiful. And I'm just going to be grabbing some more of this before this retires. If I do, in fact, find out it's retiring, which I'm assuming it is, because I love it, and I'll be using it again next year. I absolutely love this paper. And then you have these little presents. So one side of all the paper is foiled and one side is not. So 6 different designs, double-sided, and then that's 8 of each. Little bows. Little stripes here. Okay. And some nice stars. That's just old olive. I really like the foiled sides. That's what I prefer. Beautiful trees. I don't really need to fan these all out. I just love paper. I just love how it feels. Okay, and the candy canes, I do like using this side for my cards. And for my little treats, which I'll show you my little treats. I started making, and here's some more candy canes. Foiled candy canes, old olive. So that's the pack of paper. So you get 48 sheets of that. I use this one a lot with the Playful Pets because one of the colors in that suite is real red. So I can use this paper with that. Okay, so that's what you get in the refill. And then the medley itself comes with the dies. I used them a little bit in my projects. So just so you know, this Most Wonderful Time dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a set of dies. And then this is an older set of dies. I just keep them on these magnetic sheets. Okay, and this stamp set. Right here. Okay, Most Wonderful Time stamp set. You can find it right now in the link, Connie. And hello, Connie. I should have said hello before I answered your question. So where can you find it? You just click on my link, and you type in Most Wonderful Time of the Year. No, you just type in Most Wonderful Time. When you click on my link, click in Most Wonderful. Just start clicking. Just type in most, and it'll know what you're typing because our new store is smart, and it'll fill out the rest of the term for you. If you write the word most, or if you write wonderful, it'll come up with this product medley. All right, so now what else I'm using for here? So that's this medley, and then I'm showing you then what else I'm using here is this. Yep, Most Wonderful Time, and I'm using Festive Post. So I decided to use this reindeer. Oh, thanks, Inique. I'm not sure how you pronounce your name, but I do love this medley. I'm going to using this reindeer, hey, from the Netherlands, with the old olive. All right, so let's get started. Let's get stamping. I didn't cut the paper yet because I wanted to show you just how much you get out of one sheet, or how you can just sort of flip it over and use the other side. And you can cut 2 at once. And because my ink it ups are always sort of start to finish, I didn't want to do too much ahead of time, but I just wanted to show you a couple things about this paper. So when you're thinking about your design, and my card, let's see, my card bases, I cut some card bases, right? Let's see how I cut these. I cut some this way, and it doesn't really matter, right? It's up to you. And I cut some this way. But I want my reindeer to be vertical. So just keep that in mind when you're cutting your paper. If you want your reindeer pattern to go a certain way. So this is going to be 4 1/8 inch. And I have a tutorial anyone that orders from me gets my tutorials. Well, I'll give this tutorial to everybody. This is my tutorial on the reindeer card. But anyone who orders gets the tutorial from my team too. We have a team tutorial where there's like lots of projects called the Beehive tutorial. That's one of the demonstrator groups. We all create, not we all, but a lot of us. This is 4 1/8 inch, by the way. A lot of us created tutorials for that. And you can cut 2 pieces at once. Now save this piece, because we're going to use that. So you're going to take one of these pieces and one of these pieces. We'll do both. We'll actually do both. So now we want to go 5 3/8 of an inch. So 5 3/8. I want these to be the same exact height, so they're not wonky. That's my little trick for you. Okay, is that if you get them the same height, they're not wonky. So what I mean by not wonky is now when I flip this over and put it in the middle, it's the exact height because I cut them together. So that's my little tip for you. I'm going to do one more in case you missed that. Okay, so I cut the paper. I cut the 4 1/4. I cut the 4 1/8 inch side. Now I'm going to cut the 5 3/8 inch side of the card. Okay, so 5, okay, 1/8. This scoreboard is 1/16 of an inch. I mean the little grid lines. So I'm doing 5 3/8, and when I do 5 3/8, that's 6 little grid lines because each little grid line, because there's 16. This is separated by 1/16 of an inch. Okay, and it'll all be in the tutorial again. But now my card's not wonky. And that's all the cutting I need to do. I pretty much pre-cut everything else for you. So now I want to take this. Now what I was saying is when I started to do my swaps, I was getting desperate there, and I had to do like 20 swaps for my team. I did have to start cutting the paper out. See, you might think it's a waste. You might be thinking to yourself, Paper Chef, isn't it a waste to just like cover up this beautiful deer and put this in the middle? Well, no, because it helps center your card perfectly. But when you start running out of paper, you do have to think about putting strips, right? And not covering up the middle. If you know what I mean, when you're running out of paper. So I'm going to use, it doesn't matter how you do your cards. I just like to do 2 in a page. So now I'm going to use a Seal Plus, right? And I'm going to put the Seal Plus, that's just rolling adhesive, in the middle here. And yes, I'm covering up my deer a little, but there's enough deer on there that they don't all get covered. Okay, and then I'm going to put that onto my piece. And make sure it's not upside down. I've done that before. Mount it upside down. Okay, and I'm just using 4. When I use my Seal Plus, I just make a big rectangle. It's very strong stuff. You can get away with just, when you're not doing boxes, you can get away with just the regular seal, not the Seal Plus. But if you're making boxes and 3D items, you definitely want the Seal Plus. It's much stronger. And I'm just kind of eyeballing that. I'm kind of putting it in front of me to make sure it's centered. Or you can stand over it. But I think it's a lot easier to center when something's only 1/8 of an inch from the edge of a card than it is when it's like 1/4 of an inch from the edge of the card. That's just my own personal opinion. Okay, I'm going to do one more. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I love making these cards. And sometimes I find myself making the same card for swaps, but then I find myself like, oh, how did I make that? And I had to pull up my own instructions today to figure out how I made this, to figure out like what size rectangle I made around the punch. Hi, my crafty corner. Okay, and now I'm just going to load this one. So like I said, it doesn't matter which way you do your cards, whether they open this way or open this way, as long as you just remember to cut that you have enough deer going vertically. Because I just think it looks better vertically because of this little stamp. It just looks better vertically. But of course, whatever you have, whatever materials you have and however you want to do it, there's never a right or wrong way to do anything in crafting. It's just a personal preference. So I'm just kind of standing over it to try to, so I'm leaning down on it. Hi, Donna. Like I'm looking down, see, to make sure it's centered. All right, so now I got those two done. Now, what you don't want to do is take your card bases. Don't put these in here yet. Don't put these in there yet because they're not decorated. Well, you can put them in there if you want to. It's called a naked card base or insert. But if you want to put some cute things on it, like some stickers, and I'm going to put a little stamp there, then you want to put that in there later. All right, so we're moving right along. So now we're going to do our. I have I keep everything cut. So just to get a lot of cards done, cut your pieces ahead of time. Cut your card bases ahead of time. You get a lot more done that way. So now we want to take the Festive Post Stamp set, and we want to take the deer out of here. These are called photopolymer stamps. They're see-through. And we can put the deer onto a stamping block. Okay, it just sticks right on there. Okay, and then looking at the name of this is Stamping Block C. Okay. What we're doing is going for this here. We're going for that old olive look. Okay, I always give you something to look at while we're doing that. So you can look at that card while I'm doing this. Now, take a piece of Whisper White and take your little silicone mat, if you want to take your silicone mat. It just helps stamp. It helps stamp. Like this is a piece of rubber. And you can get, we do have, these are nice silicone mats, but you can use other things like, what are they called? Baker's mats. We do use whatever you have. But it's good to put a cushion down there when you're stamping. So now I'm going to open up the old olive ink. I'm going to go like this. See, when you open up your ink, you just push on it like that. Flip it around, slide it. Okay, and now you're gonna get the deer and you're gonna go tap, tap, tap. And what I like to do is I like to stamp onto this grid paper first, just to make sure that I've really inked it up well. And then I always take a look. Make sure there's not a hair stuck in there. I mean, it might sound gross, but my hairs do get stuck in my stamp sometimes, making a big line across my stamp. Hey, my hair goes everywhere. My husband says, your hair's all around the house. He's like, how do you lose that much hair and not be bald? Because I lose so much hair. Okay? So that's what we want to do. And like I said, while we're at it, I like to make a few of these. Now, coordinated with this is from our annual catalog. It is called the Rectangular Postage Stamp Punch. It's coordinated product, meaning it coordinates. If you don't have the punch, you just cut out your reindeer. In fact, you could use your scan and cut. It would cut out the reindeer pretty nicely with your scan and cut. You can make the card that way. But I like this punch because that's what it's made for. It's to coordinate with the stamp set. Okay? And I'm just going to punch out. Oh, did it just fall into my ink? Oh, it didn't. I thought oh, now it's about to fall in my ink. Boy, I better keep that away from my ink. Let me move my ink away over there. I'm going to do a couple more because I'm here, and once I, clean my stamp. Okay, I'm just going to do another one. Oh, when you're stamping and using a punch, the one tip and trick is to always, stamp near the edge of the paper so that you can use your punch. And that one slipped a little bit. So I will stamp on the other side of that one. See how my little antenna slipped? Not antenna. Antlers slipped a little bit? Because I'm so excited. Then I just stamp on the other side of the paper. Whisper White, you can stamp on the other side of it. Now I got a perfect stamp. Okay, and I'll just do one more. So I'm going again tap, tap, tap. Hi, Crafty House Kitten Jen. What a crazy name that is. That's cool, though. I like it. Crafty House Kitten Jen. I'm never going to forget that name. All right, there we go. Sounds like fun. We all love kittens. Okay, there you go. So I'm going to do that. Punch that one out. So now we're not done with the old olive ink, but we're done with the reindeer. Actually, I might just do one more for good measure. Because like I said, once I have my stuff out, I know I'm in the middle of a tutorial, but you know what? I like to get my stamping done. Good. Your friend helped you come up with something memorable. My friend Rachel helped me come up with my name. The Papered Chef. We were at a Pampered Chef party, and I was actually selling crafts there for Christmas several years ago. And we were like, okay, you're the Pampered Chef. There was a cooking lady there. And then they said, And then we were like, but I'm the paper chef, because I was selling paper products. So that's kind of how I came up with my name. All right, so there is, now we're going to clean this. So what I do is I'm going to use this. I don't want to close the old olive because I need to use it in a, oh no, wait, do I need to use the old olive? No, this is real red. Maybe in the inside I'll use old olive. So I'm going to keep it open for a minute. But what I want to do is just show you my stamp cleaner. This is called Stampin' Scrub. And so what you do is you spray. It comes with some Stampin' Mist spray. And you spray the wet side. There's a wet side. See, there's little droplets, right? And there's a wet side. And you just spray the wet side. And you can clean your stamp really well, see? And then you just dry it on the dry side. So that's called a Stampin' Scrub. So now my little deer is clean, and I don't have to worry about him anymore. But now, while my old olive is open, because I have to close my ink, I'm just going to go ahead and stamp a couple of the insides. So just put something from the, this is a good one, Enjoy the Season. We'll just use Enjoy the Season for the inside, because it's going to say, hope you have a wonderful Christmas on the outside. It looks really tiny, but that's because, oh yeah, I like it better than the chamois. I've used the chamois at the workshops, though. Chamois is a portable thing. Chamois is great. It's portable, so you take it out with you, and the chamois works like you could put one at each table and all that. Not that this Stampin' Scrub's not portable, but you don't have to travel with liquids and all that. So chamois is easier. You can like wash it in your hotel room sink. Like that's why the chamois is good. It's like good for traveling. Okay, so what I just did is I mounted Enjoy the Season. And again, I'm just stamping onto my mat just to make sure it's stamping well. And I'm just going to stamp a few of these because, like I said, I'm going to get a few of these done. And we'll put some stickers on them and we'll decorate them so that way they're not naked card inserts, right? I think, yeah, I have four reindeer, so I'm just going to go ahead and do 4 of these. It's like, get her done. Get your cards done. All right. We can never have enough cards because remember, don't forget your mailman and your people who help you out. Don't forget to make extra cards. You're going to be running out of cards at the last minute. Now I'm going to close my old olive if you don't think of all those extra people. So now I'm going to do the Stampin' Scrub like I just showed you. Right? Wet side, dry side. All right, so that's good. That's over there. Now we're going to stamp the stickers. So we're going to stamp the stickers. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Now we're going back to the Most Wonderful Time product medley. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas. And they do make dies with it. Like I said, there are dies that coordinate, but why not use the stickers? So I made all my swaps just by using these stickers. And don't worry that your stamp stain. We're just going to mount that onto a stamping block D. You could mount it onto a smaller stamping block. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas. You know, they're going to stain. When you use colors like Real Red, it's going to stain. Blackberry Bliss stains. Okay, I'm going to open up the Real Red. Oops. See, I just got it on my hand. But that's why you keep like a baby wipe nearby. I'm always pretty inky. So now I'm going to tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Stamp onto my mat. It's looking good. Now get out those stickers that I just talked about a minute ago. Okay, that's the holly. I'm already going to have to use a new sheet because I had a sheet with one missing from it. And it's already buried under my table somewhere. But we move on. So we're just going to use this one here. Actually, it'll fit on this one here. Actually, I'll just do all 4. Why not, right? Because I'm already here. So I've already stamped it once. Now I'm putting that on. I put that on the silicone mat. If you mess up your stickers, don't worry. You can always cut off the ends. You can cut off the ends and use them as banners if you do mess up your stickers. And I find that the smaller the sentiment, the bigger the stamping block you need. So that's another tip for you. The smaller the sentiment, the bigger the stamping block. It makes it more stable, less wonky, because you can use both hands on stabilize it on the outside. Put that little stamp in the middle of a big stamping block, and it really helps. Okay, so I'm just doing that for. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I love having stickers. Just to make, I mean, it's like instant cards. They still look professional. I mean, in fact, it looks like I did all kinds of, what is that called? Gradient sponging. It looks like I did all this sponging technique. It's like right on. Okay, so that's it. So now I'm done all my stamping we need for this project. Now the rest of the project we use stickers for and little embellishments. The project is done with the, now I'm going to, when you have this much ink on something, sometimes I take my baby wipe first before I use my Stampin' scrub, because why use your stamping scrub and get it all red when you can get some of it off with the baby wipe? Right? Because it just less, you don't have to wash your Stampin' scrub as much that way. All right, so there we go. That was clean. So now we're gonna decorate our cards. Let's bring our cards back. So here's what we're going for. We're gonna put the, so always start with your sentiment. I start with my sentiment because it should be flat. Because if you mess up your sentiment, you can't really fix it. So that's why we start with my sentiment. Right? Like if you smear it and all that, you can't fix it. So you can cover it up. But that's why I do this first and then I put this guy on next. So now we're going to take, so ahead of time, I cut these. So these pieces are what I wrote for my instructions, which I'm going to link here right after this video. I'm not going to go, I'm going to make sure I link to this. So these are little layers of 1.1 1.5 by 2 1/8. 1.5 by 2 1/8. This is brushed metallic cardstock, or you can use gold cardstock. So gold cardstock, or I like the brushed metallic. See the lines in it? It's pretty cool. We have this in our holiday catalog. Brushed metallic cardstock. And you just want to pop up. You want to pop up your little stamp, your little postage stamp with a couple dimensionals. These are just foam dimensionals. You want to pop this up onto that little rectangle. And you want to use gold, but you can use, you can use copper or brass if you want. But I like gold because gold or brushed metallic, so either one. Right now for this tutorial I'm using brushed metallic cardstock. I'm trying to be consistent here. Because there's gold highlights in the antlers of the deer, the reindeer, that's why you're using gold cardstock to match. But I mean, you can use copper, champagne, I mean, any kind of metallic foiled cardstock will work. It'll still look cool. I mean, use whatever you have. Bottom line, use whatever you have. That's the one where I messed up the other side with the antlers. See the fuzzy antlers? That's why I turned it over and stamped on that side. I know I did one more. Here's the other one. This one I'll use a piece of gold cardstock for because I'm out of the brushed metallic. And now I have 4 done. See? When I get to craft with my crafty friends when I go live, I get a lot more done. Because I can do 4, I can do a bunch of these cards at once. All right, so there you go. Now we're going to put those on here. So now you're going to use your Seal Plus again. This is your Seal, Stampin' Seal Plus. If you're used to using Snail, which is a different rolling adhesive. See, you're just putting a couple, see that? Couple lines of rolling adhesive on there. That one's the regular gold one. And then we'll do one with the brushed. There we go. Oh, it's a little crooked. A little bit crooked, but you know what? It's easy to move them with dimensionals. It's easy to fix them so they're not crooked. Oh, it's coming together. I still have a couple more little add-ons. Let's get rid of this piece of silicone. We don't need that anymore. So here's a piece of the one with the brushed metallic cardstock on it. But I like to put the sticker on first. I'm going to put the Have a Wonderful Christmas. Here, we'll do this style. We'll do this style now. That's a little bit wider. It just came out to be like a good... I like how the sentiment fit across this little banner. I mean, I liked how it came out. So I put that on first because, like I said, if that messes up, then you got to go from there. If that would have messed up and I had to rip it off, then you have a big hole there and you have to cover it up. In that case, I would have had to put the deer down low. So that's why I put the sentiment on first. Everything revolves around your sentiment. Put that on first, and whatever you mess up, you can fix. All right, good, good. Now we're going to take some stickers and decorate. So we get some little holly. Have a holly jolly Christmas. See? Just get some holly and stick it on there. That's what I did. And then we're going to do that to the inside as well. Enjoy the season. And this time you can get some big holly, because now you got lots of room inside the card. So you can do that. And that looks really nice inside the card. And it matches the outside of the card. Don't worry if it hangs over, because you still got some wiggle room. So when we put that in there, there's still wiggle room. Because I made this a 1/4 inch smaller. See? See what I mean? It can hang over. Isn't that cool? Because I made this card a 1/4 inch. So it's the other on the outside. I made the layer 1/8 of an inch, but on the inside layer, I just made this 4 inches by 5 1/4. Yeah, these stickers are cool, right? I mean, it looks like you did all this work, like instant cards. I'm so happy with these cards. They're just instant, done, so quick. I'm making 4 right now, and the time. It doesn't take you any more time to make extra cards. So like, don't try to make a card for your grandson or whatever. That's an example. Make cards for like, make extra cards. Even if like because there's people in nursing homes that need cards. There's people that help you out that need cards, that do different things for you. Maybe the trash man needs a pick-me-up. He doesn't get told. He's doing a good job enough, right? So stick that in there. So just make extra cards. You'll be happy you did. And when you need a card last minute, your dentist, your doctor, you're going to be like, oh, good, I'm glad I have a card. Then you can give a little card, and you can give a little candy cane gift or whatever with your card. And it's ready to go when you're running out the door to go somewhere. In fact, somebody dropped off something to me the other day. They were dropping off something to me, and I had crafts like right on my table near my door, and I quickly grabbed like a craft bookmark thing, and I gave it to them, and they were so happy. I was like, thank you for dropping that off. Here's a little something for you. Okay, did I put that in the inside? So it doesn't matter which size. Now we're gonna add that little. So it doesn't matter which way your card opens, right? Now in my tutorial, I do use this size card. I say that your card is going to be 8 1/2 or 11 inches by 4 1/4. Right? But this one's 8 1/2 by 5. Let's see, 8 1/2 wide by 5 1/2. But what I'm saying is it doesn't matter, because you make the standard A2 cards or A4. Oh gosh, now I forgot what size cards these are. All right, so then we're gonna put the little star on them. Anyway, standard cards. You get 2 out of an 8 1/2 by 11 sheet. So now we need the little stars to put on them, because that's that extra little touch. That's these little stars I just showed you earlier. And how they disappeared that quickly is beyond me. I said I'm going to leave them out because we're going to use them, is what I said. I said I better leave these out. We're going to use them. And then they disappeared. I bet you're laughing at me right now. You're like, they're right inside the camera view. All right, so I'm almost done. As soon as I find my stars, I'm going to show you the rest of my projects. I know they're here somewhere. Here we go. Got to finish off the cards with the little star. So I put this. So I use my little tweezers here to get. You can use the little take your pick tool, and I stick a little star up there. And that's from the Most Wonderful Time product medley. These excellent little stars coming. But you might have stars from one of your old paper pumpkin kits. You may have other stars. And voila, that is how you make the card. So I hope you have materials where you can use to make something like this yourself. Or please order them through my store, paperchef.stampinapp.net. Now, I will show you what else you can make with this product medley and or Festive Post. And remember, Festive Post can be used for upcoming for Valentine's Day. See, with the love stamp. It can be used for Christmas coming up. Enjoy the season. Maybe thank you cards for Christmas where you say Happy New Year to people. Put little snowflakes. Or it can be used for next year's Halloween. So it's very versatile. Versatile. Okay. think it's versatile. All right, so let's show you what I have here. So here are other cards I made using this same exact technique you just learned about and the same products I just showed you. That's kind of why I started out this tutorial, showing you all the products first. Because then you can now see I put stickers. These were those snow, what do you call it? Christmas trees. Oh, these are from that paper pumpkin. Let's see if I put anything in the inside. Yes, I did. Enjoy the season on the inside with the little holly. See, those little, they're from a paper pumpkin kit, those little stars. This kind of star, and that's the 3D star from this kit. So you can add extra little stickers around the side, and this is a piece of that cardstock. This is just one of the stitch dies I had, but you can use the stickers to stamp on too. And that's the most wonderful time. Paper, okay, here's another one where I used another stitch rectangle, and this little die here, I thought it was a little too close for comfort. You can stamp "Hope You Have a Wonderful Christmas" into this little die here, but I thought it was too close. I just thought that was too tight of a die. It's very hard to get this sentiment to fit into that die. I need my sentiments to have a little more breathing room. But that has a little stitch rectangle around it. And again, see, yeah, enjoy the season. Okay, so there's another enjoy the season on the inside of that. Festive post, same thing. Okay, here's another. Here's when you can just use the stickers. This is just those little deer stickers. Such a simple card, but elegant because of all the little bling bling on it. Oh man, look what I did to the inside of this card. I don't know who I'm going to give this to. I'm not going to have any room for a message. I'm going to be like, hi, hello, goodbye. Right, I really had some fun decorating that. And I think the reason I probably did it, I probably got a smudge on it and said, oh, I better put a bunch of stuff in here to cover it up. I don't know why I put so many deer in that. Or else I was just in a festive mood. Or else I put a deer and was like, oh, there's a female deer. Now I need a male deer. I don't know what I was thinking when I made the inside of that card. There's no room for a message. Okay, that's part of the sticker. That's just part of a sticker where I cut off the other side because I thought it was too long. Like I thought this sticker was too long for that sentiment, see? So you just cut off this, you just cut this with a paper trimmer. And you just stamp the sentiment right onto that. Okay, so that's another example. Most wonderful time medley. And another card. This is when I used this awesome die. I think this is my favorite die. Like my favorite holiday die because I put angels on everything. Look at this little angel. This angel embosses and cuts. So I'm always putting angels on my snow scenes. Like with my other snowflake, I make silver angels all the time, and here's the little gold angel. I hope you can see how cool this angel is. I didn't do anything to this. I just ran it through, and it embossed like that for me. I didn't do anything special. And as soon as I get the new mini embossing machine that I can actually fit, because my camera is so close to the table, because I use it for my scan and cut tutorials, and it's very hard. This tripod is almost impossible to adjust. So without like asking my husband to like go get it, like, help me, like it's so hard to like unscrew the knobs and adjust it. So anyway, I have to be very close when I do a tutorial. So I'm gonna have this new mini embossing machine soon that I'm allowed to order on December 1st because demonstrators can order it on December 1st. And when I get that, I'll put that machine here and show you how this little die works because it's just so cool. It embosses. I'll just show you how embossing dies work in general. And there's the little candy cane sticker. Okay, now because I put Deck the Halls on the outside, then I was able to put they have a wonderful Christmas, or hope you have a wonderful Christmas on the inside. So you can crank out the cards using this method. And then I did a couple 3D projects using this medley as well. And the 2 3D projects I just did were just little diaper folds. And of course I've done other things with this. Like in my Tic Tac kits that I sell on my website, like I have like those other kinds of curvy keepsake dies and other boxes. But for now, these are the ones I just made. I just made these. These have the Ghirardelli peppermint bark in them. I had the pouches made, but I just decided to put peppermint bark in them because I thought it matched. And you could also put a candy cane in here, and you could put a tea bag. So I thought a candy cane would be cute in here with the peppermint bark. And also, like I said, a tea bag fits in these diaper fold pouches. So those are the cute little patterns. So I hope this gave you lots of ideas on what you can do with these products that I shared tonight. So here is a tea bag, and it kind of matches the Old Olive, I think. This green ginger tea, Tazo tea, whatever. See, it fits in there too. But it does cover up some of your pattern. That's why I like Ghirardelli chocolate squares in here better, because it doesn't really cover up the cuteness of the pattern of the paper. All right, well, I hope I got to say hi to everybody that came on, and I hope you also said hi when you checked in. I can go back and look at the chat later. So that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef, and please check out this Most Wonderful Time product medley at my store, linked in the description or right here, and there's going to be a detailed tutorial to come. Thank you, Carol, where I give you this 3 pages I wrote up about how to do this card, and I also have pictures of the outside and inside and all the measurements. But that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef.